Hold on, let me put my phone down to start because I'm about to start an argument. Being a natural habitat. What is up, YouTube? It's your boy Jayden here, and if you've been watching for a few weeks now, you're committed. Like, let's just go. Today on the sit down, we'll be talking about being in a relationship. We've already discussed what it was like to be single and looking for a partner. Then we talked about what it is to be in the talking stage. Now let's get to the meat and potatoes of actually being in a relationship. So today we're going to talk about 3 major things that make up any relationship. Because relationships are such a huge, broad topic, and we can talk about a million things. We could talk about the sex life. We could talk about toxicity that could happen. I don't want to talk about all that right now. We'll get to those in later videos. Today, I want to talk about 3 major key things that can create the foundation of any healthy relationship. So, number 1, communication. This is one of the subjects that has been touched in every episode thus far. Communication in a relationship is one of the most important things you can have. If you cannot effectively communicate your emotions towards your partner, there's certain things that will always be an underlying issue. You'll never resolve every problem. Because if you can't effectively communicate how you feel about something, how is your partner supposed to know that you feel a certain type of way about something? In the Princess Diaries, he said, the driver of the limo, he said, no one can offend you without your consent. So if your partner offends you or does something that makes you feel some type of way, and you just sweep it on the rug and you just let it go because you didn't know how, or you didn't want to communicate that it was bothering you, that it affected you, you allowed them and you given them access to offend you. You've given them access to hurt you. You've given them access to keep doing the same thing again. Communication is more than just like showing that you're upset. Yes, you can communicate with your body and being like, oh my God, like da da da. And then when they're like, what's wrong? You're like, nothing. And now you're mad because things are falling apart, but you didn't communicate what the issue was. I said it in the last episode when the guy on the Red Table Talk talked about having a problem in a relationship. It's not you versus your partner. That's not a relationship. That's a competition. It's not you versus your partner. It's you and your partner versus the problem. If y'all can't effectively communicate with each other, and you can't talk out what the issues are, what your problems are, what you love, what you don't like, where are you going to go? After y'all sleep together and y'all do all that other stuff, people have to talk. You have to communicate with the person. If you can't even communicate with your parents, your friends, your relationship is, like, give that up. It's going to be in shambles. Communication is one of the key factors to any relationship in life, let alone a relationship where you're intimate with the person. When you're intimate with the person, they get to find out the deep and darkest things that any person has ever known. They get to find out your secrets, the things you hide from the world, the things you share with the world, the reason you share these things with the world. Like, they get to find out everything. They get to be part of your inspiration, part of your joy. And they are the same people you aren't talking to, you aren't communicating effectively with. Whenever my friends are going through a problem in their relationships, and they're like, well, he didn't know that he was supposed to do this. I'm like, did you tell him that? No, but how is he supposed to know anything if you didn't speak up or say what you wanted or what you didn't like? I'll wait. I will literally wait. So as you think of that, I'll be waiting. Because the truth is, you just didn't effectively communicate. A lot of the time, we're blaming people for things that they didn't even know that they did wrong. Where we could have communicated to them and said, like, I was really affected by that. How they react to that is something we can't control. But how we felt when that happened is something you're not obligated to say, But if you feel some type of way, you should feel the need to say something if you care about this person. If you don't care about the relationship, then that's on them. But if you care about this person, if you say you love this person, if you want to ride or die for this person, and they hurt you and you just let them hurt you, and you didn't communicate what the issue is, then I can't really blame that person all that much. Unless it's like some wild like cheating or something. But it's just like basic communication and just reaching out, saying like, hey, how are you? I won't be able to talk today. Basic communication. Basic communication is, I love you. I appreciate you. I care about you. You look good. You look beautiful. You look handsome. Basic communication. Sure, the deeper convos are like, my insecurities are, these things make me feel some type of way. I've been hurt by this. I love when people do, like, these are deeper conversations, but you still need to have them if this is someone you say you love, someone you say you want to build a bond with, someone you say you want to build a lifetime bond with. So that's number one. I'm not going to get too deep into communication because I want to branch that off into a whole nother episode because we can talk about communication between friends, families, and relationships. But now we're just talking about relationships. So yes, communicate effectively. Effective communication isn't just talking, but also listening. There's two ways to communication. If the person also isn't listening, then that's still not effective communication. So please get to talking. Number two, loyalty. I'm gonna say it again for the people in the back. Loyalty. I don't know what it is about these new generations, this new type of love that people have going on, where it's more important to have a relationship with 6 different people and be okay with that and like brag about it. I know in the last episode, in the talking stage, which I need y'all to go watch now, I talked about having options. But that's for the talking stage. You talk to these people, you don't want to put, someone commented, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket because you may fall in love with someone who's super toxic because you just dropped everybody else. No. Talk to as many people, find out who has the best character traits for you, pursue that relationship, and be loyal to that person. Don't let these little hoes, these little ducks line up and be like, yo, what's good? And you be like, I'm good, how are you? Cut it. It's time to be loyal. You are in a relationship now. You are in a committed relationship now. It is time to be loyal to your partner. That means, so when we talk about loyalty, 1, we talk about cheating. But 2 is just having respect for that person. So when they're not in the room, when they're not around, how are you talking about them? Are you saying they're getting on your nerves? Are you complaining to everyone? Or are you being like, that's my person, like I love them, like they're so good for me, I appreciate this about them, like I can never stop talking. Like if you aren't loyal in the fact of just how you talk about them when they're not around, or how your body communication is when someone brings their name up. If those things, if you don't even feel some type of way and you're not loyal to that, what makes you think you're going to be loyal when someone comes up, wants to have sex with you or wants to have a side relationship with you? It's not going to continue to be a loyal relationship because you have to see the person, 1, as an individual and appreciate them and be loyal to them. If you cannot be loyal to this one person, everything after that is just going to crumble. This loyalty that you have is so important, and it's what makes it a relationship. Without you being loyal to the person, the communication stuff don't matter. Because I can communicate with friends, I can communicate with associates, I communicate with professors, I communicate with administration, I communicate with everyone. But I'm loyal to the people who are loyal to me and who I have a relationship with. If we are in a relationship and we've created a bond and we understand that we're going to make this serious, we're going to take this to the next level, this could even be a lifetime thing, I have to be loyal to you. And we have to be loyal to each other in a way where things happen, or when things are happening around us that are enticing and they're so like yummy or like appealing, that if these are the biggest fights we have to be loyal to each other in order to keep this bond. Because there'll be times where I'm not around, you're not around, we're in two different states at certain points. Like if I can't even go out to eat without you being like crazy, either your loyalty has been broken before or your trust is broken, where you don't trust me enough for me to even be loyal, where I can't even gain that access to be loyal. So I'm not going to talk about loyalty no more because y'all know what needs to be done. Relationships, y'all seen a healthy relationship at one point or another in life. Y'all know what y'all need to be doing. It's a relationship, not a community project, okay? Right. And then the last thing is understanding. So with communication, with loyalty, there are certain places where people need to grow. Everything is a growing and learning process. As I communicate every day, I learn more things about people. I learn what makes people tick, what makes people nervous, what makes people anxious. When I'm loyal to people, I understand like what loyalty means on different levels. What loyalty means to you may be different than what it means to the last person I've dated. But it's all about having the understanding of knowledge, like understanding that I'm going to have to keep learning. I'm going to have to change how I love with who I love. So yeah, person A may have been a type A person where they're very like headstrong, they're very like, I live on the schedule, I live like this. And then B person may be a B type person where they're very laid back, they're very chill, they're very like nonchalant, or like they push things, they let things go away easier. You have to understand that these are two different types of people and you need to love them according to how they love. I'm not saying compromise or do what you like say like I'm giving this up for you. No. If I love a certain way and I expect love a certain way, you have to understand that. We both have to understand that and come to an agreement. Agreement, is that a word? I know, but is agreement a word? We'll change it to agreement, but you have to come to an understanding that we are in this for a longer time than just being friends or just talking. So I have to understand you, understand what makes you angry, understand what hurts you, understand what you love, understand what you don't like about your family, why you don't do certain things around this time, your culture, understand. Like, it's so much you have to understand that if you are not willing to understand someone else, you aren't going to be in a healthy relationship. The moment relationships get toxic is when you can't do one of these things. When you can't communicate effectively, when you aren't loyal, or when you don't understand where the person's coming from. If we talk and we effectively communicate, but you're not understanding, then we didn't communicate. Are you listening to respond or are you listening to understand? It's a huge difference. Listening to respond is when someone's talking, you're thinking of a rebuttal already. Listening to understand is when someone's talking, you're trying to figure out like, okay, this is what I did wrong. This is what I need to fix. Okay, how can I make this better? If your next question isn't, how can I make this better? How can we move forward from this? How can I learn? Like if that's not the next thing out your mouth, you are not listening to understand. Like, when people are offended, take their offense for its full value. Like, they are hurt by something you did. People can't control their emotions. You can control how you react to those emotions. You can control what you do after getting those emotions, but you can't control your initial emotions. So understand, like, yeah, something you did usually may not hurt the next person, but you are in an intimate relationship with this person. So things you do mean a little more. You ever have a friend who like could talk about you, like call you bitches and hoes and stuff, and like, but y'all just friends, so it's like it's whatever, like that's just how we talk. But when your partner do the same thing, it's like, ooh, that felt some type of way. Like, it's the same thing because it's a different relationship. When you've created that intimacy with the person and you created such a vulnerable space for y'all to both be a part of, when they offend you, it's like, woof. You be looking around like, hold up, my world was a little, this bitch shaking the table. So like, shut up. So when you don't understand where that person's coming from. You can't communicate and you're not loyal to those person's feelings and those person's emotions. This relationship can get very toxic very fast, I'm trying to tell you. I've seen so many relationships end because one of these three principles aren't met. You aren't communicating. You should not coming to me. You know what? That's a whole nother thing, but I'm gonna just address it real quick. You shouldn't be communicating to your friends, be more loyal to your friends, or more understanding to your friends than your partner. Why do I know all the beef that y'all got, but they don't know the beef y'all got? Why you keep coming to me every time you have an issue, every time you have a fight, but you're scared to come up to them? Because guess what my advice is going to be? Did you tell them? No. Did you talk to them? No. Did you understand where they were coming from? No. That's also a part of loyalty. Loyalty is understanding that when it's a problem, it's y'all. Like, you shouldn't be bringing the entire community into your relationship. Why does Elder Jefferson and baby Patrice both have a say in your relationship? If the only people sleeping together is y'all two. Can't say that because how y'all be getting down. But like the only person you changed your Facebook status for was that person. So why am I being a decider in what you should do in your relationship? Yes, come to me asking for advice, asking for guidance. But at the end of the day, you're not arguing with me. You're not talking to me. I'm not there in your most vulnerable times. I'm not there when you're crying to the person. I'm there when you're crying about the person. But now it's time to, all right, build it up a little bit, hold it in, go to the person and be like, I felt some type of way that, and then let it out. Like, there's no reason. Majority of y'all relationships are ending the way they are because y'all don't know how to talk or understand each other. Y'all know how to be loyal to each other. These are basic things. Maybe I need to go back to square one. Pause this. Click 2 videos ago. You need to understand like what it means to be complete in yourself. Because when you're complete in yourself, you don't take certain things. When you understand how to communicate, when you are loyal to your own self, and when you understand who you are, you literally will not take certain things from certain people. So when people walk in, it's already like, nah, fam. If we understand that there's certain things you need to learn, there's certain things I need to learn, we can learn this together, then that's how you really build a bond. You really grow with each other, and you really learn each other, and you really learn how to love each other. You really learn how to make love with each other. Like, these things come with a relationship. So if you can't even communicate with your friends and family, if you're not even loyal to your friends, because I'm not going to say family, because sometimes how they be acting, and if you can't understand where just people are coming from, where they're offended just on an everyday basis, this relationship part is not for you. Because these are basic foundation things. These are what make a rocky foundation. This is what makes the whole thing crumble. So reevaluate your relationships y'all in right now. If y'all don't have a common way of communicating, learn how your person loves, learn their love languages, learn how they act when certain things may hurt them. Are they more reserved? Are they going to show it through their body? Are they going to say it? Or are they going to cuss you out? Like, learn how they react to things. Learn why they're reacting to things. Be loyal to this person. Show them that you care for them. Show them how you talk about them when they're not there. Like, when people come, when you introduce them, make it seem like they've already met before because you've already talked about your person so often and with so much love, where like they have nothing but to love the person. And the reason your friends don't be liking y'all because of this. It was like, that's why when you introduce or say, I got back with them, they be like, you fool. Because you've broken the loyalty, you've broken the understanding and the communication where like you're dogging this person behind the scenes. So when you get back with them, we don't see the good because you only bring us the bad. So be loyal to your person 24/7, not just in times where you need some. And understand where they're coming from in all aspects of life. Understand why they do what they do. Understand why their culture is this, why they react certain ways. Understand. I bet you majority of your problems wouldn't exist. The biggest fights y'all would have is what y'all eating for dinner. Is y'all had great communication, understood each other, and were loyal to each other. That's all I'm going to say. And I'm through. Y'all, let's wrap this up. Please comment, like, subscribe. Leave comments about how you feel about these three things. Add some more things that you feel are key figures in your relationships. add some things where you feel like messed up your relationship. DM me if you want to ask me some questions, ask for advice, whatever. But yeah, I'm through with relationship talk. In the next few weeks, we'll be having guests. We'll be talking about supportive and being supportive to Black businesses, Black people, and just to ourselves. Yeah, so I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next episode.